Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hey, we're waiting for our guest of honor to come, but while we're going to do that, I got one little game I want to play, and so I want everybody to keep it throughout the night. We're going to just have a quick drawing for a prize. I got a whole table full of wonderful prizes for anyone that's there, and you didn't get one? All right, Troy J, we want to make sure. Troy J, would you make sure Mr. Jeremiah Smith get one of the tickets by the table? So that's Mr. Benton. So hold on to your numbers.
Hey, give me one of them numbers
Anybody
too.
else?
Yeah.
All right,
I didn't give.
two.
Hey,
Take the
LaTroy,
bottom and give me the top.
give me one.
All right.
Yeah.
But just like any good education event, because we're celebrating our wonderful teacher, there's a quiz to go with it. So you don't automatically win. You gotta answer the question to the quiz. So, with this one, if your number is called, you gotta come to the mic. You know, those teachers, they're pretty hard.
Is there certain topics?
Yes, the topic is all about Trenice.
Okay.
So, you gotta answer the question. Everyone has to answer when they come to the mic is, I know, when I think of Trenice, I think of, and you gotta fill in the blank. When I think of Trenice, I think of. And for those who don't know Trenice, you gotta think of your favorite teacher. So you'll say, when I think of my favorite teacher, I think of, and fill in the blank. Got it? All right, real easy. So, first one to the mic is number 7, 6, 9, 2,
I'm still in it.
2,
I'm still in it.
8.
That's me.
Yay!
Bingo.
All right. One of the things we always say at work, trust but verify. All right, that looks good. All right. So, you still got to answer the question.
Okay, when I think of Trenice, I think of a very smart individual that's outgoing.
All right, thank you. And introduce yourself to the guest.
By the way, I'm Deja. How are
Hey,
you?
Deja. Pick a guest, Deja.
Okay, I'm gonna go with this one.
All right, thank you. All right.
How is Deja related to Trenice, or is she?
I'm her cousin.
Hey, I got one more coming up. 7, 6, 9, 2, 3,
Nope.
3. We have a winner. Yay! Come on up. Trust but verify.
Oh, I left it at the table.
Oh. Yeah, you know you gotta pass the quiz. It's like one of those SOL tests.
Yeah, just taking care of Grandpa,
Who's teaching?
That's a lot of work.
taking care of Big
But-
Troy.
Big Troy.
All right. Thank you.
Those who don't know me, I'm Jerry Smith. And when I think of Trenice, I go back to the story I first heard about her when she was young, about lining up the dog and holding classroom on her bed.
Yay! All right, Mr. Jerry, please take your
That
prize.
story will make a comeback tonight.
2, 3, 1. Who is? Come on up.
It'd be nice
shouldn't be for the short people. I guess that's what it says.
My name is Maureen, and Trenice is my heart. She is
Wait a
my
minute,
love.
just verify.
When I think of Trenice, I just remember her. She is my heart. She is my love. From United Community Church was where I first met her, and she's just dynamic. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's good. And more to come. I'll give Ms. Roy. And I heard that our special guest is on the way, so stay tuned. Thank you. You gotta do the wave. Thank you.
I'm running away. You know, I'm trying to get all the pictures I can. You know, I got to get.
I don't know her. But I don't even know her. No, I don't know you. Look like you just. Ladies and gentlemen, she looked like that on the teacher side or something. we know we got to do something about that. I think teachers making too much.
Boy, it's worse now than it was before. Okay.
Well, good evening. I want to welcome everyone. That introduction kind of made me sound a little bit important. I don't know about all of that, but I want to welcome everyone this evening to this most momentous occasion, the graduation celebration of our guest here, Trenice Durio. Sister Sharon, which is what I call her, because he's asked me to share a few words, remarks, remembrances of Trenice. As I said before when I was up there, she's my darling. She's really my heart, but it is definitely an honor. I count it an honor to have been even asked to share a few words at this special event. I first met the Durios around 1995. I had to ask how far back it was through my good friend Connie White. I want you to reflect and tell me what you were doing in 1995. If you were born. You were what?
Second grade.
Second grade. Anybody else remember exactly what they were doing in 1995? I had to think. What were you doing? Oh, from the Air Force. Okay. Well, I had been looking for a church, and Ms. Connie shared with me about United Community Church, which was worshiping in their church building around that time. So when I visited the church, I was introduced to this little girl who at that time had to have been around 7 years old. And she had the most infectious smile. Now, I typically am a very reserved type person until, I get to know people. But somehow she was drawn to me. And we connected, and over the years we just formed a bond and an understanding, respect and love, and we just stayed in touch with each other up until now. As far as I can remember, she had always wanted to be a teacher. And then you hear everybody would say the same thing, that Trenice always wanted to be a teacher. And I would imagine that because I was a teacher too, you know, we just kind of built on that connection. I don't ever remember her asking me any questions like how do you create a lesson plan? Or, you know, how should I combat like classroom management issues or anything like that. We just kind of knew, and we just had that connection between us. I realized early that, like most of the individuals in her family, that she was driven and very dedicated to whatever task was placed before her. Whatever Trenice did, she completed with excellence. I would help with the older children in the church, and Trenice would help with the little ones in the church. But she wouldn't just, you know, just come over there and help. She was prepared, she was creative, and she was precise with everything that she did. And so I marveled at this little girl as she grew up, who took the time to just be just so imprecise with any task that you asked her to do. So over the 24 years that I've known her now, that's, I can't even believe it's been that long, from Hampton Christian to ODU, she has continued her academic pursuits, keeping her nose to the grind. I guess, you know, a bachelor's, and now what, your EDS? Now her EDS. If I have you thinking that Trenice is all about academics, I am going to apologize to you. Because from my vantage point, one group to which she is inextricably bonded is her family.
True.
To that group, she is certainly dedicated. I want you to think about people you know, or some you've seen on the news in your neighborhood, and you wonder how they could do certain things to their family members, or you wonder how they could abandon their family members. That could never be attributed to Trenice. And I know tonight is supposed to be mainly about her academic accomplishment, but Trenice is totally complete because of her family. I witnessed her immense love for her mother when Sister Sharon experienced a health scare. And as young as she was, Trenice remained strong through it all. I saw how she gave of herself when she collaborated with her brother when they were older teens, maybe young 20s, when they were living in Fox Hill area. And so some may not think much of that time period, but for me, that demonstrated a huge commitment. At a young age, when many young adults are in the, you know, all about me phase, she was making sure that everyone in her family was happy, healthy, and whole. And here lately, within the past couple of years, her deep devotion to her father, whom I call Pastor Troy, he's my Pastor Troy. I am more than delighted to share with you tonight because I am proud to say that I speak of a woman of character. Now, what I cannot do is I cannot speak to the type of teacher that she is. Probably that table over there. But after 10 years, I can only imagine that she is what the public would regard as a good teacher, what we in education would say is an effective teacher. So let me put it this way. If someone asked you what you wanted as a graduation gift, what would you say? Anyway.
A
trip? A car, a trip. I would want a trip.
Money.
Somebody might say money, right? Exactly. That's what I think the average person would say if, you know, asked about a graduation gift. I'm sure that Trenice have received and probably will receive a few beautiful mementos for her hard work. But if you recall in your invite, you received a little bookmark asking you to bring what? A children's book. Yes, the request for this evening was to bring a children's book. Who asked for children's books at an event honoring herself?
Trenice.
Chantel. That's right. That is the type of person we congratulate tonight. A woman who refuses to put herself first, even on the night of her celebratory dinner, collecting for others, ensuring that little ones have the opportunity to improve their literacy skills. You see, while in our homes we look around and we see books and magazines and iPads and Chromebooks and laptops, we see all these rich things where we can access print. Many are not afforded that luxury, and so Trenice is making sure that as many as she can help, she helps. That is to be commended. And last, I cannot end without letting you know that because I am aware of how and where she was raised, I know that she is dedicated to the Lord. Don't be confused. Going to church on Sundays and doing a week and graduating from a Christian school does not make one dedicated to Christ. But selfless living, ever giving, is what makes one a dedicated Christian, and that is the character of our guest of honor. Trenice, this night is yours. I congratulate you on your accomplishment. I encourage you and everyone else in this room to continue to soar as far and as high as you desire. And I'll share with you a little secret, and that is that everyone you know, everyone you encounter will not be as happy as we are here tonight for your success. And some will try to derail you. Why, you may ask? Because when some people are unhappy, their main goal becomes making others unhappy. If you know people like that, don't completely discard them, but pray for them and encourage them. However, do not under any circumstance allow them to make you veer off your course. You stay focused on your personal and spiritual goals. Because I know we serve a God who wants us to know that what is important to us is important to Him, and He will never leave us, forsake us, or fail us. Trenice, I congratulate you once more. I am proud of you, and I am humbled and thankful to have been asked to be a part of your celebration. Congratulations again.
Yay!
And now we'll have Deacon Smith, he's my Deacon Smith, to conduct the blessing of the meal.
She deserves another hand.
Yes, yes, yes. A big hand.
Before we go to the Lord in prayer, I must say that I've been tied to this family myself since 1995. My father and I share many meals. He loves to eat. But we had a lot of conversation. Our kids grew together. So I had some that grew right along with her, and then one went along with her brother, and one ahead of her. But we learned a lot from each other, and we still learn. Let's go to the Lord. Father, we thank you. We thank you for being a part of this event. We thank you for this special lady. We ask you to continue to encourage and strengthen our family. Help her, Heavenly Father, to continue the goals that she has for herself. Heavenly Father, I know she'll continue to proceed. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for those that have poured in her life that continue to do so. Now, Father, we know that you're the real reason for this season. We thank you for this gathering. We ask you to be mindful of those who are struggling because of the season. Be mindful of those who are struggling because of health issues. Be mindful of those, Heavenly Father, who are struggling because of emotional type issues. Father, we ask you to now bless this food. We thank you for those that have had it. We thank you for those who are about to receive it. We ask you to continue to provide us with safe travels back to our destinations, Heavenly Father, once this is all said and done. We ask that this little to those for our body, souls, and minds. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Are we hungry?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much again for your patience. I do appreciate it. So at this time, we'll have our special honoree lead the YEST to the buffet table. Thank you. And then we'll call up the family as the Lions Club get. To my surprise and to his, she quickly snapped back at us and said, "No, I don't want to be a lawyer. I want to be a teacher." So like all good parents, we quickly advised her that if she wanted to be a teacher, then she would have to be prepared to be poor. Without missing a beat, she replied, "No, that's not important. What's important is doing something that you love. And I love to teach." Well, of course, neither of us could dispute that. She not only loved it, she was good at it. Even at school, when all the other parents sought her out to ask them if she could tutor their kids, she would oddly seek out the kids whose parents that couldn't pay. She would seek out the kids that no one else wanted. She would seek out the kids who were disadvantaged and the kids that so many had given up on. The kids no one would thought could succeed at anything. Those were the kids she stayed after school with, while others enjoyed running around the playground. Those were the kids she invited over to the house, while other kids pride themselves in hanging out with cool kids. She would develop her own little lesson plans to include character building and strategies for proving social skills. She would study behavior modification techniques, and we had even researched neurological studies on how to retrain the brain. So let's fast forward a little bit to today. She has proudly chosen the path of her passion. And like so many great educators, many that are right here in the room with me today, she has a heart to change lives and to help our future leaders reach their full potential. She has embarked in achieving a milestone of 10 progressive years at Yorktown Elementary School. She has achieved her master's degree as a reading specialist from Regent University. And she has already been accepted and enrolled in classes at Old Dominion University in the doctoral program to obtain her PhD in education. But today, we celebrate tomorrow. For once again, like she did for a bachelor's degree, she'll walk across that stage to receive her degree. Again, an education specialist with a perfect 4.0 grade. Footprints towards leadership will become even more prominent. And yes, as many of you already know, she's a real life Wonder Woman.
There she is.
So when I look back over years, I can now say, I finally did get that miracle. I finally did get that little mini me. Let's see. Like me, she has a servant heart and a strong work ethic. Like me, she likes to be creative and innovative. Like me, she likes to be educated and to educate. But Also like me, she doesn't have an off button when it comes to work. That we get from my dad. And like me, she knows the power of giving is stronger than that of receiving.
Yes, indeed.
But even more striking, like me, she dearly loves the two wonderful men in our lives. Her brother, and most of all her father, whom she so lovingly cared for after a recent injury that kept him in the hospital for almost 2 months and almost losing his life. She was the caring bridge that reminded our family that our deep faith in God would be the strength that would get us through. Yes, I guess you can say now that I do get my mini-me.
That's your mini-me.
Well, maybe not really. What I got was something even better. You can say I got the iPhone 11 version.
All right now.
A super enhanced model. One that is faster, slimmer, and has a lot of fancy gadgets. But much, 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 much more expensive. So, to my guest tonight, I introduce you to a special young lady that has not only transformed so many other lives, but has transformed my own. And I'm so proud to call her my daughter. But more, I'm so proud to call her my best friend. Trenice Durio, graduate of Old Dominion University School of Education, class of 2019. Please come forward. My beautiful daughter, today I place this Wonder Woman tiara on your head in recognition of all your hard work and accomplishments. But tomorrow, on tomorrow, you would trade that tiara for your gown, your cap, and your gown. For you have worked to earn all the rights and privileges to be recognized and meeting the requirements for the degree that you have worked so hard to strive. I pray, however, that today you realize how loved and blessed you are. In your aim to help others, you spark the lives of those who strive to do the same. And for that, you will be remembered by the Father who loves you best. And for your friends and family that are here today, we celebrate you and say, well done, good and faithful son. Thank you for all that you do. We love you, and we will miss you the best.
Speech!
At this time, we have a song of tribute to Miss Charlene Bojang.
And the song that I chose tonight, I chose You Raise Me Up because I think if you ask Trenice, she would tell you that, one, she is in a position that she is in currently because of the love and support from her own family and friends, her own community. And two, because when you have somebody like Trenice
working on all of the things that she's working on. And even currently in her PhD program, it's like more than one person getting that degree, because she's going to go out there and continue to equip those to do the work that needs to be done. She raises up her colleagues and her friends. She encourages them on a daily basis. And when she pursues something like her PhD, you know that she's doing it so that she can further raise up her community. When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burden be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. To teach the youth, to lead us for tomorrow. It is a gift bestowed to some, not all. We pray for peace, patience, strength, and endurance for those we know who do answer the call. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. When angels live disguised as educators, they touch our hearts, the world around they change. How blessed are we to have one such among us. We call her friend, and Trenice is her name. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to walk on shouldy sublime. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Charlie! Charlie! Get over
At
there.
this Kosi come and do a spoken word for us. Woo!
Big toast. How you doing, everybody?
Hello.
Congratulations, Trenice.
I'm afraid of losing my identity before I ever even get a chance to know my last name. Call me Kosi or Cassius. See, we grow up boxing the whole world until we're molded like clay. But some of us ain't molded like clay. We crack, we crackle, we pop until the bullet hits the last drop, and the last dropped until he faded in with the steel pigment of the alley. Cause being the ally was the alibi. They left his body by the alley and we didn't even get to tell Ali bye before he died. See, people look more like buildings where I'm from. I can't tell the difference between a boy and a home. I guess that's why I call him my homeboy. I see kids carrying their own houses like it's a mountain. They're just trying to make it a home, boy. I see babies pushing cocaine bricks outside of their book bags, but they can't stack them high enough to reach the glass and take a look outside of the windows. I know places where every mama is a widow, and every widow has a story. See, I know black birds who don't fail 10 stories down and still don't know if they can fly or not, because they are afraid. Because every time their eyes catch a glimpse of the bottom, their face twirls and their stomach knots, because they don't know if they'll be able to get back up again. We are afraid of getting back up again. But see, fear is weakness, leaving the body. Fear is worthless, living without it. Fear is a mountain. Fear is pushing. Fear is pulling yourself together, even when the whole world wants to tear you apart. What are you afraid of? See, God did not give us a spirit of fear. He gave us a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. And there's a kid out there sitting in the classroom who's afraid to raise their hand and speak up because she doesn't know how powerful her words are. There's a kid out there who's being bullied, who doesn't know how loved he is and how much love God put inside them. There's a kid out there like me who doesn't think they're as smart as the rest of their class, but yet God endowed them with the soundness of mind. And indeed, that mind is beautiful and brilliant. See, we put these barriers around our kids. We build these monuments of insecurities, and we build these fortresses of doubt around them. Fortresses of hate, of self-pain, of self-doubt. We build all of these fortresses around of our kids. But for every time somebody tells a kid, no, you can't, there's a teacher who is at their school that tells them, yes, you can. And for every time somebody tells their kid, no, you're not good enough, or somebody walks up to them and says, you're not good enough, you can't do that, there's a teacher who's sitting in their classroom that says, yes, you are good enough, yes, you can do that, we do believe in you, we have patience for you. For every single negative, there is somebody sitting in that classroom who is equally building them up and helping them to become prepared for the world to come, because they have the compassion and the love and the power and the soundness of mind to do so. That teach kids not to face everything and run, but teach kids to face everything and rise. And Trenice is one of those teachers and mentors and older sisters who helped me to face my fears, my insecurities, to face the negative thoughts and perceptions that I had around myself. And thank you.
Thank you, Kosi. It's been an honor to watch you grow and mature, and I know a lot of that done with the time that Trenice has spent with you, and to be able to encourage you. You've been a blessing to our lives as well, so thank you. At this time, so keep the program moving. We have a toast to our honoree that will be led by Trenice's #1 brother, Troy Durio.
Sinatra.
A question is apple cider, so it's all safe, okay? Oh, no. It's not apple cider, y'all. Well, obviously I got something I didn't pay for. So if it's a little strong, you do not have to, you can use your water glass, okay?
This isn't Marion Ellis.
All right.
So, I'm not going to do the flowery stuff that everybody else was up here pretending to do. I know the real Trenice. I was playing the game earlier. Somebody was like, "Oh yeah, when I think of Trenice," and they were saying, "I think about her smile. She's always smiling." Trenice didn't smile until what?
A couple of years ago, huh?
We got visual pictures. She like taught herself how to smile. She just never liked it. She was a little girl. She would just sit there. They had the whole world cater to her because she was the baby of the family. I remember she had those hard white boots. I would lay down and watch my Saturday morning cartoons. She would just learn how to walk, bow-legged, and just come up, kick you, run off. Couldn't do anything. Mom, she just kicked me. And to settle the story, tell the real account, we were in the backyard playing. From my mother's point of view, she just saw Trenice kind of like fly up in the air and hit the fence. And she went outside and she was like, "What is going on? What did you do to your sister?" And I said, "She let go." So, but what happened was we were playing the helicopter game, you know, when you swing them around. And, you know, it's a trust game because you have to hold on to the person. I guess she got a little bit too high and she let go. So, but that really does show the type
She didn't
of
trust you,
person
huh?
that Trenice was. She did line up her dolls, her shoes, and when it gets quiet, we knew that Trenice wasn't up to no good. So we would wait and then we wouldn't hear anything, and you would go up and check, and you just hear her talking in the room. And so I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And she was really giving class, you know, to a little teacher, give credit. No, don't you raise your hand before you talk. I'm like, the little gingerbread doll didn't say nothing. She can't go to dinner now. But I do believe that it was Jim Henson who had said, kids don't remember what you teach them, but they remember who you are.
Yeah.
And Trenice has always been who she is. Definitely a dedicated, loyal, loving person. She knew what she wanted to do when she was young. She sat out there and she did it. She accomplished it.
Yeah.
It's a testament that I definitely want to toast to, and all of her accomplishments and many more to come. So raise your glass and toast to this Trenice Durio, the graduate.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers. Soldier.
I did was actually an accelerated, so we did everything in a year. And it was a quick, fast, rough year. My lovely friend Melanie, who's been hiding this whole time, has actually done it all with me, and we'll be graduating tomorrow as well, so we're going to give her a lovely hand. So we often refer refer to things as our degrees and our papers. And we're continuing that through the PhD as well. And it's our PhD. She still reminds me of all my papers and my deadlines each and every day. So thank you all just for coming, for supporting me. I appreciate all
we
of
love
my biological family that's here today. Thank you for just being there through the journey, encouraging me, having so much faith in me to do this. I'll say one of the greatest things and the most hardest things is that when I do say a lot of my big dreams, that nobody has real doubts in it. So it just makes me want to say, oh, I think someone should tell me I shouldn't have to do the next level. Be like, no, that's enough. But everywhere and every time, people are so encouraging and so believe that I can do it. So I do appreciate that. But after the PhD, y'all can have a little less faith and I can stop there. I appreciate it. I thank so much. Yes, please. Actually, one of the things is I did talk to my grandfather, who my dad has been taking care of in California. And since he wasn't going to be able to be here, I had gone there for Thanksgiving and I had dressed in my cap and gown. And you see, I have a little of my dad in me, so since he did have dementia, I figured he didn't really know all the way what graduation day would be or the graduation I was earning. So just told him kind of that I was going to earn the PhD, just in case I didn't make it to the other one. So when I dressed up, I told him, and he looked at me and said, all right, so what you gonna do after that? And I was like, my goodness. I had told you that I had earned the highest level, and he was still expecting more out of me. But that is definitely the family I come from, that we always have the next level, and y'all definitely always encourage me throughout the time. I'm so supportive and thankful for my Yorktown Elementary family that support me every day as we do a lot of just great days there. They definitely help me through. A lot of the times that Ms. Brantley is talking about laughing are not really happy occasions that I'm laughing at, but I do find humor in a lot of things throughout the day. And they definitely keep me going. Ms. Booth makes sure that I go home every night at a reasonable hour, unlike my mother does. Yes. So we pack up together and we have to leave the building together, and that has helped me actually complete this degree so I can actually go home and do my homework. So I've been just thankful for all of you for being here. Thank you to my church family for always being supportive of me. Even without our lovely church always being together, that y'all are definitely still here in our forever family. So I just appreciate everybody. Thank you for being here. No superintendent, no works. We will kind of leave it out there. You're right, because I didn't want to do what I'm doing now. Actually, my dad, after he found out that I wasn't going to be a lawyer, did believe that principal was the best option. So I will actually say the reason that I have done this degree was because when my dad did have his accident, and it was about, we'll give it 3 weeks after the accident. Don't tell him, he was still a little delusional. He was asking me where my baby was and where people were gonna be. And the nurse was like, do you have a baby? And I said, no, I do not have a baby. She said, do you have another sister that has babies? No, I'm the only one. We don't have anything. But when he kind of woke up, he just looked at me, and once the times that I didn't even know if he really knew it was me, but he looked and he finally just said, like, when are you starting school? When do you want this degree? When are you going to be a principal? And I actually was not in the program at all, but it was at that time that I decided if he was going to make it, and the one thing that I wanted was to earn this degree in order for him to be here. So it was actually in the hospital that I completed the application for it, and hurried and got it all in, and in January at that time they had accepted me to the program, and at the exact moment we were moving out of our house, my house flooded, and we were gonna move into with my dad to take care of him and sleep on the floor as he talked about. But I got accepted into the program, and I had to email back and say, this really is not a good time for me to start, because they actually said, like, you're accepted in the program and you can start in 2 days. And I was not ready to start classes in 2 days at that time. So I was able to move it back to the next semester, and that is the reason why I got to be with the lovely Melanie, because we would have been in 2 different cohorts if that hadn't have happened, and if this, we weren't having that transition in life. So it actually worked out perfectly, being able for my dad to have the vision when I didn't even know he had that vision, and that was the first thing that he did when he recognized me, was asking about me going back to school. So I am finally completing that accomplishment. He had always wanted me to be a principal because he figured that they made more money than me. I guess that was enough. But they made more money than the teachers, and that would be okay if I wasn't going to be the lawyer. So that was what he put in the next vision for me. So we will finally be taking the next steps towards that tomorrow. And so I do appreciate you finally putting those
Called me yesterday and asked me where I was. I knew I was getting some stuff from ODU, but I couldn't tell her, so I had to make up a story. Sorry for me, that's why I couldn't tell it. But I did have the joy of going to Web Center and walking the campus again, and it was such an amazing experience. And I could not have done that without knowing that I was there for my baby. So thank you again. So Trenice,
That's a pretty kid.
Cut the cake.
Okay, it's cut. All right.
Where the first piece? You're supposed to cut the first piece, don't you?
She's gonna serve.
Oh, okay.
So while I'm cutting the cake, I'm gonna let Trenice's father say a few words.
Grab it, man. Your hero. Grab him his chair. He don't want to. Yeah.
He's strong.
Oh, he's strong man now. You done made him strong now.
So it's been 3 years, and they said, Dad, you need to stop using that. But whenever I go on, I say, well, I got brain trauma. So, yeah, I got a good excuse. I just thank God for Sharon and Troy and Trenice, because I probably would not have done all that they did after falling down the stairs. And you know, Trenice slept on the floor for a year. I said, there ain't no way I would have did that. But I thank God, and my dad has, we've been in California I've been for 4 months. I thank God. People said, your wife let you stay that long? I said, no, she's gonna do that for 37 years. And, but I thank God, Troy is coming to relieve me. He'll be back on Monday, back in California to stay for I don't know how long. My family just told me that you don't think you're going back anytime soon, do you?
Trinice got plans for you.
Parents, we start boot camp next week. It's gonna be great.
But I appreciate all of you being here. Trenice has a story for each of you. Sometimes I can't remember. She said, "Oh, you know, this is one." Like she said, "Oh, you know, this is Italian." I said, "Oh, okay." Oh, this is the guy that gives us tickets to the Ferguson Center. Oh, okay. So everybody has a story. We were just talking about, where's Jerry?
Outside. Take it.
Santa that gave you prayers. But Sharon and I went to Hawaii when Trenice was like, guess in the 3rd or 4th grade. Okay, thank God for legal
So you won't go to jail, huh?
Go ahead, you were in Hawaii. And you left us
But you
alone.
know, yeah, we felt confident if we left some money on the fireplace. You know, her and Troy would be okay. And Mr. Jerry picked them up every morning, took them to school with Charlene and Cedric. So they were good. Yeah, I just thank God for all of you. I appreciate you. And say, when Sharon asked me to talk, I wasn't going to talk because now I hear myself and I say, man, you sound horrible. But, you know, everybody else says, oh, you sound better, except for my dad. He'll look at me when I talk to him and say, what in the world are you saying? I say, well, the only true people are dementia people. Everybody else like, oh, you sound great. So,
Thank you.
thank God for Halloween, because, you know, I sound so bad. I was Frankenstein. After walking, I said, oh, I could be Frankenstein.
And we went down here.
Yep, all right.
Thank you all for coming.
Yeah, oh, thank y'all for coming. I thought I was stalling until she got the cake out.
He's gonna turn the music back on. We're good.
So I'm done.
You're done.
All right.